Hello, my name is Jefferson Ridgway, and my African American mathematician was Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer. And I'm going to start off with a quote. My entire career has been devoted to increasing the number of African American women in mathematics and mathematics-related careers. Etta Zuber was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, and she was born on November 21st, 1933, and she later died on September 19th, 2002. But what's very important is those 69 years of living that she did, and mostly according later after she received a terminal degree, the impact that she had on African American women pursuing terminal degrees in mathematics, which was a very great impact. So her parents were Dr. Walter Zuber and Zadie Zuber, and at 15, Etta Zuber attended Fisk University, which is a historically black college and or university, an HBCU. And at that time, her sophomore year, she came in contact with two advisors. One of them, who was one of the first female African American to get a PhD in mathematics, Dr. Evelyn Boyd Granville. Between that advisor and another advisor that she had, Dr. Etta Zuber decided to change her major from chemistry to mathematics. And in the rest of the time, her time there, and upon graduating, she graduated summa cum laude, and she was also inducted into the Honorary Society of Phi Beta Kappa. But what really was, I think, sparked the change in her perception of where she's going in her pursuit is when she received her master's degree in her time at University of Wisconsin. Here's a quote from her about her stay at University of Wisconsin during a different time period, during a different time when she was 19, yet she had moved to this integrated college instead of being in this segregated college and coming from a segregated school of thought when it came to education. She's quoted as saying, "Can you imagine what it is like for a 19-year-old black female from Tupelo, Mississippi, who had been immersed in segregation for all of her life to attend the University of Wisconsin? I underwent a major cultural shock. I gravitated to students from Africa, a roommate from Thailand, and an office mate from India, who was the only person to whom I could ask a mathematics question to." So understanding this quote and what she's saying is, it could be seen that she went through some challenges in getting that Master's of Science from the University of Wisconsin before moving forward in her career. But it's also what those challenges birthed the ground of her passion for teaching and therefore leading African American women to pursue PhDs in mathematics related courses or careers. At that time at the University of Wisconsin, it was said that she had a teacher assistantship. And being a teacher assistantship, she was able to teach courses, and she had to teach a mathematics course, an algebra course, to a group of mostly white males. And they all laughed at her the first 2 days until she had put her foot down and let her know that she meant business, and then they respected her. But just between that quote and that one experience, she just decided after receiving her Master's of Science degree not to go back to get another degree, which is understandable in that predicament. With that being said, after she married, she went back to Tupelo, Mississippi, and she became a teacher there at a school. And there she found the love of her life, which was Darlene Falconer, in 1955, and that's when they got married in 1955. So after then they had kids, and she then pressed forward to find her PhD in mathematics. But what was interesting, and what has been interesting about her career, is that you see her working in her passion at Spelman College, which is a HBCU but for females. It's predominantly female oriented, and that's what it's geared towards. And the awards and things that she did, which are a wide variety of things that she did, include the following. She started a summer science program from entering freshmen in Spelman. She also started the Spelman Annual Science Day. And she also introduced departments of physics and computer science with a concentration in environmental science at Spelman. She also founded NAM, which is the National Association for Mathematicians, which represents the concerns of black students and mathematicians. So you can see that Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer really contributed a lot towards the pushing of African Americans, specifically African American women, into pursuing mathematics in a terminal degree, and then furthermore just pushing them to not only achieve the accolades, obtain the success, but also give back to their community, tell their other women that came up behind them, hey, you need to do this and we can help you out, just like she was helped out when she was at Fisk University and she was 15, and Dr. Evelyn Granville brought her up under her wing as well as another advisor. Her son is credited to talking to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in 2002, and he said that she was offered Yale and Harvard in research. And we're talking about Yale and Harvard she was offered. Yet she declined because of her passion was to teach African American women and give them opportunities to pursue science-related careers. So that shows you that Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer was not just a person who wanted to obtain all the success and the accolades and the awards, but she was really concerned with teaching African American women, hey, you need to pursue this thing and pursue it with all that you have. With that being said, I'm really grateful for her life. Before me researching Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer, I had no idea of who she was or who she really was in history, especially this being February and this being Black History Month. It was very apparent that, how can this woman relate to what we're doing and how we're doing, especially in history and math. But just reading upon her life and writing this report, I've become very appreciative of her efforts, of how she's worked through her efforts, and how she's overcome a lot of obstacles in her time period. So I'm grateful. I'm not a woman, as you can see, I'm not a woman, but I am extremely grateful for her works and her efforts that she has done to push African American women to the STEM-related courses, especially in mathematics, where we don't really see a lot. And I'm grateful to have an aunt who is a doctor in math, who obtained her PhD in mathematics in 2009. And during that time, she was able to experience, the just going through constant understanding of what it means to get a PhD in mathematics. And when she got that PhD, we're all there congratulating her, just being happy for her. So just reading this story and just knowing who this woman is now is just really enlightened me to understand that we have come a long way as African American people, and just trying to pursue a higher knowledge of learning, a higher knowledge of doing things, so that we could be the most productive people, and not just only be the most productive, but be also the most helping people around, and helping our brother and helping our sister. So I love doing research on Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer and her husband, who was also and her children. The children, all of them were both sons were. One son was an engineer, and then the daughter. She had a daughter and another son. Both of them were doctors. So she just had a lineage, and not just that, but also the people who she connected with at Spelman. She left a lasting impact on them, past just teaching them the great courses of mathematics. And I'm just elated to know that this woman who did research actually had an impact on people, and not just getting the awards or getting the accolades or getting any of those type of things, but she was actually concerned about helping out other African American women to achieve what she knew they could achieve, even if they may not have believed in themselves. So again, I was grateful to have taken upon this opportunity to write about Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer, and just understanding her years and what she went through and what she's gone through and what she was awarded and how she gave back, which I think is very important. And she wasn't just a regular mathematician. She just didn't do formulas and programs and algorithms, and she just didn't do the normal things a mathematician would do. She did beyond those things. She gave back to those who she saw needed her help and needed her guidance on different issues. And she was just there. So I just think her life is a life worth writing about. I'm grateful that I was able to write about her life. And I just think she really lived a life that was just deserved. She deserves all those awards, all those accolades. And I was just grateful to write about her. So again, my name is Jefferson Ridgway, and my African mathematician was Dr. Etta Zuber Falconer. Thank you.